Well, you're growing up in LA during this time, and it's essentially these different areas are gang areas.
Yeah.
I mean, because you were selling candy and hustling that way, but were you getting involved in any of the street shit at all?
Abs Straightforward, no. I had my issues as far as um, having people, press me or, try to get me to become a part of their gang. However, that's something that I never did and I never wanted to do. I had my dreams at an early age. I wanted to be in movies. So that was what I was focused on. How to get there, how to achieve this, I had no idea. So in the meantime, in the between time, to keep me away from the gangs and drugs, I sold candy. So I used to catch the bus from my home on 80th and Avalon, downtown Hollywood, and that's how I hustled. And that's how I ultimately met my agent trying to sell her some candy. So it was like I was on the right path and I got one of my dreams answered because I was doing the right things and not dabbling in, gang banging and trying to rob and take shit from other people. I can go get it myself. That's just how I felt all the time.
I mean, that's a very strong will right there because, what you were making selling candy dudes was probably flipping that, making that,
Yeah,
in 20
I was
minutes.
making maybe $150 a day selling candy from 13 to 16, 17,
Okay.
yeah.
And you met your agent.
And I met my agent. And,
okay. And at that point, did you have any acting experience at all?
No, I never had any acting classes or, it's just something that I always wanted to do and I had a passion to do it. And just growing up, you know what I mean? Like experiencing the things that I had to at an early age and in my life, I was equipped with the emotions and that what you need to express, oneself as an actor. So I've been through all that shit. So it's like.
Well, I guess at 13 you were in a play.
I was
and
in
you
a play
played,
at school.
I guess, a drug addict.
A drug, yeah.
In a play.
In a play, a teenage drug addict, and it was my first experience, and I loved it. Everybody afterwards was clapping. They were giving me money, and I got bit by that bug, and it was like, I could see it happening.
Right. So at that point, you're like, all right, this is what I'm doing.
Period. Nothing could
fuck
stop
all this
me.
extra shit. I have a tunnel vision straight to this
movie shit.
Okay. So I guess a bunch of interesting stuff happened while you were selling candy, apart from actually meeting your agent.
Yeah.
What else?
I met everybody, man, from Martin Lawrence, Tupac, man. I met Tupac, man.
Selling candy.
Scarface, selling candy, Chubb Rock, oh my goodness, Ice Cube, man. Whoever was somebody at that time and being in Hollywood and just, that I ran up and down Sunset Boulevard. That was where all the money was.
Huh. Comedy
Store, So that's I frequented that. So I met a lot of people and I, had some inspiring experiences and some, negative ones as well. However, yeah.
That's
right place at the
man.
right time.
That's very inspirational.
Yes, sir.
Just
I met
that
Martin Lawrence. I was out in front of the Comedy Store, and this was like maybe 16, and I see Martin coming. I got about 20, maybe $40 worth of candy left, and I'm excited because every time you see somebody famous, a musician, an actor, you just know they're gonna help you out, So
right.
Martin came. He didn't want no candy, but he gave me $100. Was like, man, resell the candy, but thank you. And I was like, oh, I'm done. I don't really have to do nothing no more. So I'm sitting out there. About 5 minutes later, the bouncer comes out, and I'm thinking, oh man, I gotta go. He about to tell me to get up out of here. And he actually invited me in. So I'm tripping and invited me in, sat me down, gave me a 7-Up. In the back while Martin's performing on the stage. Martin sent him to invite me in. And man, I was just so ecstatic, man. And the brother performed. I watched him perform, and afterwards, when he was done, he told everybody, "This my little funny looking boy back here, little candy seller, y'all go out there and get him. He got and I had a line of people, man, and I didn't have enough candy. I sold out so fast, they were just giving me money. I was like, oh, and that was just one of the most inspirational experiences that I had with one of my, you know, my childhood heroes. You know what I mean? I grew up on Martin, bro, and then to experience that type of, yeah, thank you, Mark, man. I love you, brother, man. One of the most inspirational people in my life, man. Thank you. I appreciate you.
So you have an agent, and you start getting some TV roles. That's how you started, right?
Yes, sir. My first role was South of Sunset with Ari Spears. It was a speaking part. And this was actually my first audition I ever went on. I booked it. And man, it was just a wonderful experience. The most money I ever made in no time. So I was like, yeah, this is it for me.
Okay. So what happened after that TV appearance?
Well, you know, I booked Tales from the Hood. That was my first movie.
That was your first movie.
Yeah.
I remember I watched it at the theaters.
Yeah, Tales from the Hood.
Yeah, it was a cult classic.
Rusty Cundiff, and executive produced by Spike Lee. And, you know, it had a lot of people in there. It's a cult classic. If you say, as you say, a lot of people love that. Yeah.
Well,
my first movie.
I mean, you didn't see like black horror films coming out during that time, like really at all.
Except,
you know, I mean, you see what Jordan Peele's doing now.
Yeah. Back
Tales
then.
from the Hood was back then.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then, you know, Sunset Park, get on the bus. I just started booking movies, man. Lockdown, 3 Strikes, you know. I did The Wood.
Well, then The Wood came out.
Yeah, The Wood.
Was The Wood kind of your big one?
That was the one that was one of the ones that like helped me. More people recognize the character I played, Stacey from The Wood, than any other movie that I made. It's like they literally called me Stacey. Like, I might as well, I think I am. I'm gonna change my name to Stacey, man.
Well, I mean, just had some classic parts in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my brother's coming after school, he's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
and then here you show up, like.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was that's how it was back in that time, in that era, you know. And, you know, a lot of people either lived through that or had the chance to experience that. You know, like the generation now, they recognize me, and you know, I'm talking about 20-year-olds. They like, I'm like, how you know me? How you know me as Stacey from a movie? That's the movie about 20. You know what I mean?
Older than you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that was a great one, man. It just, you know, I guess it sort of showed how you could be enemies with someone one day and friends with them the next day, and you know, it just shows the dynamics.
Part of growing. It was part of like growing up and being an older brother. You know, you're not gonna be able to keep your sister from every man. You know what I mean? One day she gonna. So you would want it to be somebody that genuinely appreciates and cares for her. So my character seen that in Lil Mike, in Big Mike. You know what he played? He was Lil Mike, but I called him Big Mike. And so that's kind of how I fed off of that. Me having a little sister, I would want somebody that really appreciated her. Like Lil Mike showed he really liked my Melinda Williams character. So, you know, that's all it was. Alicia, yeah. But